Here we go again. Joe again with the trickle down. He just makes that up. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as trickle down economics. That's number one. Pay attention to this clip. And then number two, in the clip, he says, the middle class, at no time did the middle class grow before. We can't say, well, we'll debunk that. And then he talks about the rich not paying their fair share. Check this out.
Ever think of a time, those of you who are economists, who teach here economics, can you think of any time when the middle class did better, the wealthy didn't do really well? I'm not being facetious now. I'm being deadly earnest. Can you think of any time that's occurred when the middle class does better? I'm tired of trickle down. I come from the corporate state of America. And by the way, I think you should be able to go out and make $1 billion or $100 million if you have the capacity to do it. But I ask one thing, pay your fair share. Just pay your fair share. I really mean it. If you know anything about me, check me out. We have more corporations registered in Delaware than all the rest of America combined. Combined. I represented for 36 years. I've never seen a time when we have the middle class growing that the wealthy didn't do very, very, very well. Yeah. So that's what we have to do, build it out and up.
I love the dopey yapping seals of the audience. They clap because they don't know. Liberals don't know anything ever. They really are the dumbest block of people. They don't know anything. They never, ever back up anything they say with any data ever. You understand that's why it's so easy to debate them? Don't miss my show on the weekends. We try to bring a lib on just to show you how little they know. They discredit themselves. I mean, I'm never afraid of debating a liberal ever because they never know anything. So let's go one by one. So Joe says again, Joe Biden, and he's tired of trickle down. So am I, because there's no such thing. For the 1,000th time, let's play Thomas Sowell, debunk completely that there is an economic theory known as trickle down. There is no such thing. I'm waiting for one person in the press ever to ask Joe to define what economic theory of trickle down he's talking about. There's a Keynesian economic theory. There's Milton Friedman's theory of inflation, the velocity of money, and the M2. There's all theories you can measure. There's no trickle down. He's just making it up. Check this out. Here's Thomas Sowell.
President Obama in December of last year. The market will take care of everything, they tell us. Jobs and prosperity will eventually trickle down to everyone else. In April of this year, during the Bush years, the wealthy got wealthier, but prosperity sure didn't trickle down. In July, this past summer, for Barack Obama, we've tried it their way. It didn't work. We were told that prosperity would start at the top and then trickle down, close quote. Where does this phrase "trickle down" come from?
Oh, I don't know. It was as far back as the Roosevelt administration. There is it is an incredible thing. There is a non-existent theory that is constantly being attacked. Some years ago in my newspaper column, I challenged anybody to cite any economist outside of an insane asylum who had ever made that argument. Nobody ever came up with a single person.
So when Barack Obama says in this past July, quote, "We were told that prosperity..."
Ask him who told him.
Nobody told him.
No
economist has ever held that. No politician has ever said it.
I don't know of anybody who's ever said it. In fact, when I put this out, and I went out a nationally syndicated column, various people wrote me and said, "Well, so-and-so said that, so-and-so said it." Find me the person who said it. I don't want to hear how A said that B said it. Find me B and show me where he said it. And that was years ago. Not one example has been offered.
Because there are none. You understand the dopey, yapping, clapping seals of the audience? Do you understand that people like Biden, Obama, Bernie Sanders, Democrats, AOC, and others, they say this because they think you're stupid? They're not. Well, AOC, let's put her. They're not stupid outside AOC. But they think you're stupid. I'm serious. They're not dumb. They think you're dumb because they know you will do no homework on this. They know it sounds bad. Oh my gosh, trickle down. We're going to give stuff to the rich and expect it to trickle down. They know there is no credible economic theory of trickle down, and they know you'll clap because they know you'll never do your homework. Conservatives like me and others, we hear things like Joe Biden is saying trickle-down economics don't work. We actually go and look it up, and then we find out that there's no such thing. You don't. Liberals don't do that ever. They don't do that. That's why I'm so glad, I'm sure liberals are glad every day because they love being dumb, that I will never, ever be a liberal because I'm not stupid. I'm not a stupid person. There is no trickle-down. You're clapping like idiots for a theory that doesn't exist. Trickle-down. Here's another one. Joe Biden said there's been no time in history where the middle class and the rich have gotten richer. The rich get rich at the expense of the middle class. Folks, this took all of about, 5 minutes of research. Not kidding. 5 minutes, maybe less. Here was a study put out by the Joint Economic Committee of the U.S. Senate, put out a while ago. It was taken during the Reagan years. You'll notice during the Reagan years that the middle class, what happened? Joe Biden said the middle class never grew at any time. The rich just get richer and the middle class got poor. That's fascinating because you look at the Reagan years from 1980 to 1989. If you want to look at the chart, by the way, it's in my newsletter. It's also on the Rumble show. If you watch it on video, it's on the screen right now. Rumble.com/Bongino. In 1980, 55% of the population fit what, according to the definition of what we categorize as the middle class. That's fascinating because the middle class did shrink. When Reagan left office, let's go to 1989, the middle class shrunk to 51.1%. I know what you're thinking. My gosh, Dan, you're making Joe Biden's argument. Reagan crushed the middle class. It shrunk. No, that's only if you're a liberal, yapping, clapping, idiot seal in the audience. Where did those people go, folks? Look at the chart. It's on the screen now. Well, the wealthy in 1980 were about 17.6% of the population. What were they at the end of the Reagan years? 23.5.
Oh.
Meaning, where did those middle class people go, folks? Pop quiz for the libs. They got richer. You're like, no. The poor, the lower income class definitely expanded. Really? They were 27.5% of the population when Reagan got into office and 25.3% when he got out, the poor. So the poor, that shrunk, that group of income category shrunk. The middle class shrunk and people got richer because that expanded. I know the data is hard for you. I know it's tough because, again, you wake up every morning living an embarrassing, humiliating lie. You have to look your kids in the face and acknowledge how dumb you are. I get it. I know it's offensive being a liberal. I get it. I know it's hard for you, but understand the yapping, clapping seals in the audience. That everything this guy said to you is a lie. Everything. There's no trickle down. The rich didn't get richer during the Reagan years only. The middle class and the poor got richer too, if you believe in data. All right, I got one more. Shockingly, in that 1 minute clip, he managed to put out 3 pieces of economic information. Again, fake book, you going to ban them? ScrewTube? Twitter, you going to ban them? This is economic misinformation. I just proved that none of this is true. There is no trickle down. That's misinformation. And that's totally not true what he said about the middle class. Of course they won't ban them.